Assalamualaikum, Mrs. Julia. I am Mrs. Harini from
Waalaikumsalam.
Are you free to talk?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want to talk about our project areas. Recently, we received many defects from our project. So we have been analyzed from all the defect forms. Waterproofing failure is a major defect. The cost to repair the major defect are too huge. If our party will bear the entire cost, it will cost our loss to our company.
Huh? Then, what you want me to do?
We humbly would like to request the favor from the developer to help cover half of the cost.
No. You still don't want.
So how are we going to overcome this problem? We already lack the budget to repair. Therefore, we ask the developer to help pay half the price since this project is collaboration between the two parties.
No. You still don't want. But I have a solution for the problem. We go to the mediation process. Okay?
Okay, we will settle this with the mediator, okay?
Good morning. First of all, welcome and thank you to both of you for your willingness to come to the Malaysian Mediation Center today to settle the dispute that both of you are currently experiencing. Since you are here by agreement, I believe that you are committed to making the system work for you and to attempting to reach the best resolution for your dispute. So, before we begin our session, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Faisal Venancio Fulgencio. You can call me Mr. Faisal and I will be your mediator for today. Let me tell you briefly what my qualifications are. I have been participating in alternative dispute resolution since about 2015 and I am experienced in handling various disputes that were brought before me. Alright, before we proceed, I will first explain what mediation is. Generally, mediation is a voluntary process in which a mediator is selected by the disputing parties in reaching a voluntary agreement regarding a dispute. The person who conducts the mediation is called a mediator, and the parties thereto are the mediation parties. As for today, I am the mediator and will assist both of you to reach an agreement to settle the dispute. Please be note that I will have no connection with this case. My knowledge of the parties and their position is limited to what you have presented to me. While this has allowed some familiarity with your contention, it is not enough for me to have formed an opinion or any preconceived ideas about the nature of your dispute or how it should be resolved. And as a parties, you are here to resolve your dispute with the observance of mutual respect between yourself. I am here to listen to what one has to say and I will try to meet halfway. Besides, my role here is just to act as a neutral person who facilitate your conversation and to help each of you think and communicate more clearly with the hopes that you will be able to reach a settlement. I have no power to force a decision on you or decide how this matter should be settled. I will also not take sides during this session, so throughout this process, if either of you feels at any stage that I am not being neutral, please let me know, okay? I should clarify for the record that each of you have received a copy of the mediation agreement and submission statement prior to this session. Is the agreement clear?
So far,
Yes,
I am clear.
me too.
Good. Our goal here is to reach an agreement. I again commend you for your agreement to participate. So without delaying the session, may I know who want to start the opening first?
I would like to start first since I am the one who suggests and initiate to bring this matter to the mediation. We are representative from Orchid Putih Enterprise. I am Nabila as a quantity surveyor and this is Hairani as strategic manager. Our company is hired by client to construct Tiara Hills project interest.
Thank you, Miss Nabila and Miss Hairani. What about you?
Hi, my name is Nazira as the project manager for this project, and this is Miss Julia as the quantity surveyor. We are the developer and the representative from the Matrix in Berhad.
Welcome to the caucus session, Miss Nazirah and Miss Julia. This is a private meeting between us, and the information shared during this meeting will be confidential. The purpose of this private session is to reveal any hidden information and settle final details. After this, both of you will be brought together again for another meeting. May I start our caucus now? Any question from you both?
Good afternoon, Mr. Faisal. I am ready. We can start now.
Sure. First, could you share about your thought after the joint session conducted previously?
Well, I admitted that our emotion runs high on that day regarding the demolition of our client's house because of the waterproofing stain on ceiling can spoil the view of their house.
Why do you think the waterproofing can be matter to this issue?
The defect can lead to mold because the stain at the common area for family bonding and serious structural issue that is uninhabitable for home.
How will it affect you on your company?
Honest, it can affect our company's reputation. Besides, if we don't fix this now, we still need to fix it later. This involves our user satisfaction.
Any other concern from you besides the importance of wall? I hope that I can collect as many information as possible so I can facilitate the negotiation later and fulfill your satisfaction.
Yes, there's no way we are going to be able to pay this bill since the ceiling was out of my expectation. The ceiling can collapse as a result of water leaking at upstairs. I didn't include the cost in my estimate expense. Now, the total of cost renovation is exceeding my limitation and putting me onto a financial distress.
What are the outcomes that you hope to achieve after this mediation?
Understand that this is not totally Orchid Putih Enterprise fault because what they have done was just to deliver their best to me. Not to be cruel, I will pay the cost incurred for the defect but probably not the full amount. I might only be capable of paying 10%, which is quarter amount from the total renovation cost.
Okay, any details you want to add on?
I am looking forward solving this issue in a soft manner and rebuild my relationship with Miss Nabila and Miss Ayuni. We are friends as well as business partners. I wish we can reach a win-win situation.
I truly understand and clear on that. We will schedule a meeting again after this private session to draft out alternative. In order to solve this dispute in a more managerial way, I would like to ask permission from you for me to disclose your compromise during the joint session later.
Yes, please. I think it will be better if Mr. Faisal is the one to summarize and disclose our opinions.
Okay, thank you Miss Nazirah and Miss Julia for sparing your time. Have a nice day. Welcome to the caucus session to both of you. This is private room A. This private communication is conducted confidential between me and you. This is intentionally restricted to increase the chance of a successful outcome to the negotiation between you and the Matrix Sendian Berhad. Is that any question from you before I start this conversation?
No, Mr. Faisal. You may proceed now.
Alright. How did you feel when argued with developer team just now and she said that you did not do a great job?
Well, I feel aggrieved and little bit mad when she debated that I cannot manage my company's financial well. I am worried that it will also causing the bad perspective to my company by spreading this matter at the future.
Is there additional information that you think I should know?
I know that waterproofing is important to every building, but I did not expect the defect to be happen.
What cost have you paid for renovate this waterproofing? How will it affect you if you did not receive any payment from them?
For item renovation works in bill is too huge. The material and the labor costs have cost me too much. I think my company will facing cash flow problems in the next few months if they refuse to pay.
What are you willing to offer to meet the other metrics need?
I'm willing to compromise that if they pay half cost, and I'm willing to give them a warranty for 3 years. Furthermore, I also have enough money to recover back if any other defect happen within the 3 years.
Okay, I clearly understand your concession and opinions now. But did you think they will accept this offer? What value will there be for you if this dispute is settled?
I will be more careful and considerate when propose a design to client. I will state more details regarding construction works to my client to minimize misunderstanding in the future.
It is clear to me now. I will listen to the Matrix team perspective later before we move to second joint session. By the way, I want to ask for your permission. That is it. I can disclose your compromise in joint session later.
Sure, I think it will help to solve this dispute quickly. You may share my compromise freely later, Mr. Faisal.
Okay, thank you. Since you had already made the opening statement, now I will go over some of the ground rules for our meeting today. It is critical that both of you follow these ground rules in order to avoid any unnecessary disruption in today's session. Firstly, I must state unequivocally that this meeting will be kept private because one of the mediation philosophies is confidentiality. It means that whatever information we share in this session today will remain within the walls of mediation and will not be disclosed without the parties' prior consent. Next, I would like to remind both of you that you each have a set amount of 5 times in which to speak. Hence, I sincerely hope that you will be refrained from interrupting each other by bringing up any necessary issues. It is strongly advised that you get right to the point of your discussion. Lastly, both of you are allowed to vent emotion and express the issues in your own word. However, please avoid using harsh words and speak clearly and calmly so that none of the parties are offended. Now, we shall proceed to the second stage of the mediation process. Let's start with Ms. Nabila first. I would like to know further on how the dispute began. Could you explain?
Thank you, Mr. Faisal. Like I have said before, we are a hired contractor to construct the project, and we already followed all the specifications as per mentioned in contract document. Recently, we received many defect forms from the matrix, so we have been analyzed from all the defect form. The major defect is a waterproofing failure, but the cost to repair the major defect are too huge for us. If our party who bears the entire cost will cause a loss to our company. So, we humbly would like to request the favor from developer to help us cover half of the cost.
Thank you for your brief, Ms. Nabila. I understand your explanation. Okay, based on what you have shared to us, your team was facing financial difficulties. Thus, you tried to give an idea to make a request from the developer to help you cover the cost of this. But the request has been rejected by the matrix. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
So now, Ms. Nazira, do you mind explaining the issue that seems to bother you?
I don't think her idea is good. I had to spend my company's money to cover the cost on her behalf. We need to take care of the company's finance so that we are not affected in the next few years. We do not want to spend our money for their carelessness. Why can't you even manage the financial well?
Okay, I understand correctly. You are against Ms. Nabila's idea to pay half of the cost. Is that true, Ms. Nazira?
Yes, exactly, Mr. Faisal.
Good morning to both parties. Today will be our last meeting for mediation. The purpose of this meeting is to summarize results from the past joint session, and both of you will be signing mediation agreement under my witness. Any question before I proceed?
Good morning, Mr. Faisal. You may start.
After a few meetings and negotiation, we had come out with an alternative to solve this dispute, which the Matrix Sdn Berhad as the developer will pay Orchid Putih Enterprise, represented by Ms. Nabilah and Ms. Hairani, an amount of 10% for the renovation work. Are both of you agree and clear with this resolution, or any objection from you?
Are you serious? That will be great. Yes, I agree to this decision, Mr. Faisal.
If there is no objection, I would like to invite both of you to sign the mediation agreement under my witness. Before signing, please check again to make sure the detail in this agreement is correct.